That there is a spiral of sound that goes through the universe and ends up today on Custom OGT with Deep Purple. Gregory, OGL, can you tell us anything about Deep Purple?
First of all, this is Deep Purple's official debut on Custom OGT. We did do a cover, a band called Mission Souls, doing a great cover of Highway Star. But this is the first time Deep Purple has shown up here. Been looking forward to having them arrive. They're considered one of the greatest and most influential rock bands ever. Richie Blackmore is a legend. Ian Gillan is a legend. So this comes from the Machine Head album, which also produced Highway Star and Smoke on the Water. So this is, kind of Deep Purple's most critically and commercially successful album. It was recorded, they recorded it in Switzerland. They were supposed to do it in a casino, but that was the one that burned down during the Frank Zappa concert, which inspired Smoke on the Water. So they ended up using the Rolling Stones mobile studio to record it. And this song that we're going to do, Lazy, is anything but. This is a song that actually sort of comes to life live. It's 7 minutes long in the studio, but live they do a lot of improvisation to stretch it out. So this is basically Deep Purple flexing their muscles, showing, how intricate their musicianship is.
So this is for channel member Dave Moody, and
awesome man,
good friend of mine. I mean, we know him in everyday life, so which I'm good friends with amongst channel members. But anyway, so Dave was a huge Pink Floyd fan when he met me, and of course I'm a big Tool fan. I already loved Floyd, and now he loves Tool because they're kind of like the same thing. And this would be considered psychedelic rock too, I think. Kind of, sort of, I think. I think Sabbath and Deep Purple and Grand Funk Railroad, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
We're kind of in the same category. I wouldn't put them exactly like a Zeppelin or a Skinner, but somewhere in between that, I guess.
Yeah. No doubt.
Not talking about skill-wise, just like sound.
Yes. Yeah, but which way their sound lanes, yeah.
Deep Purple's like a Dark Styx.
Yes, yeah, and they also have some. They have that blues rock bass, but they have some classical leanings as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am lucky enough, I guess, to have not be that familiar with Deep Purple's music. Of course, I play guitar. I played Smoke on the Water, and I did learn what the song was really about. About the fire, and really shitty planning. So put a little purple tin on me there, and we'll get to it.
New album, Machine Head, out in a few weeks' time, and it's a kind of rhythm and blues type of thing. It's a thing called Lazy, this one, Lazy.
Alright, so I will say this. The 70s had some of the craziest goddamn intros that any fucking generation of music ever will. You take those bands I just mentioned, Zeppelin, No Quarter was fucking crazy. This is crazy. Crazy was crazy with the Heart, the way she come into that with that crazy intro they done live. That might have been Barracuda. But anyway, Grand Funk Railroad with, what was that damn song with the kids talking?
I Can Feel Them in the Morning.
Feel Them in the Morning, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know from Emerson, Lake and Palmer to Freebird to here, the keyboards were essential. Even that reminded me. I remember now that Magic Carpet Ride's got that sound.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first concert I ever went to when I was 14. Cherokee Bike Rally, Fog Hat, Blackfoot, and Steppenwolf. So
wow, yeah.
I got to hear the harmonica and the keyboard.
Yeah, hit the ground running with your concert experiences. I was not, with the exception of Pink Floyd and maybe a couple other bands, I was not very familiar with a lot of 70s stuff. My musical development pretty much started at the 80s and moved forward that way. I just, since meeting Danny, he sort of allowed me to fill in this gap in my knowledge, and I'm just so impressed with the creative freedom that was on display during this time period. I don't think there's never going to be a decade like the 70s again, I think. And there's so many like elite level bands as well. And Deep Purple, I think Highway Star, they just their foot pedals to the metal like almost instantly. Here they're taking their time doing some crazy stuff, building it up. So I'm very interested in seeing where this goes.
Yeah, this is and Dave Moody wanted the studio version, but the band themselves are on record saying play the live version. That's where we. Yeah, this is our improv song, like.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It became a centerpiece of their live show, so it seems, foolish to not do it in its top form.
That sounds like, I don't know, like the fucking Unicrons coming from in the background or something. That's crazy build.
Now we're in church.
Little symbol. I'm sorry. We just went from Texas Chainsaw Massacre to Scarface to Shaft.
This
is great.
I was gonna say we went from like a horror movie soundtrack to a church gospel and then to a jazz beat, but I like the way you put it a lot better. Yeah, they're going through so many different shades with this intro.
And that bass guitar could be a battle axe, like fucking so just 90 foot long.
It's very dissonant.
There's the blues. Jazz. Buddy Rich in there. Bass. Greg, was all that improv? I don't know if I've heard the song.
I'm not familiar with the original enough to, like, 90% of it is. Definitely.
It seems like they just kicked into the song. Just
yes. Yeah, I think that when you heard that riff, I think that's where the studio version would start. Yeah. I will say...
Life in the Fast Lane might have ripped them off.
The Richie Blackmore, I continue to be impressed every time I hear him. Like, he's just a great soloist. He's got a great sound. He delved into classical music, which was rare for a guitarist back then, which started in the 80s as a movement called the neoclassical style of playing. He also would scallop his fretboards, meaning there's like a little dent, which would allow him to sort of like you would have to press the string down further, but it lets him get that good, deep, resonant sound. Also, I just want to say he's known for being kind of an intense, prickly fellow, so it was cool to see him just sort of smiling and having a good time and jamming with the band. That was really nice to see. But yeah, there's so many different moods and sounds and just some amazing musicianship. Like, the drummer is absolutely killing that kit. And like you said, the bass just laying down that foundation and the groove throughout the whole thing. It's really impressive what they're doing.
And there's enough Marshall amps there to fill up a damn warehouse.
God, yeah. I'm amazed that those guys can hear.
Bass line. He just grabbed that bass and tuned it down. You hear that shit? Listen to it. I see his hand go up and hit the knob. that bass? Right here.
You're lazy, you stay in bed. You're lazy, stay in bed. You don't want no money, you don't want no bread. If you're drowning, you don't clutch no straw. If you're drowning, man, don't clutch no straw. Don't wanna live, don't wanna cry no more. Let me hear me now.
I will back it back up, and I'm sorry for so many pauses. So, like Mark Farner, where did you pull that from? Did you pull that out of your ass? The inside out look.
Those
Inside
70s
looking
pants
out.
are pretty tight. I'm not quite sure where that thing would comfortably fit.
I mean, I guess he was just holding that, but man, they were also good with that. You know, a lot of the older country music used a lot of harmonicas. I mean, Hank Jr. played harmonica all the time. Allman Brothers, Marshall Tucker Band. I think Deep Purple's a little before that, but man.
And I'm also thinking Grand Funk Railroad, which had a great harmonica breakdown. There's
Well, that's who Mark Farner is. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
the just again the sense of adventure. Like they had all the crazy keyboards, and they're like, heck, let's just throw a harmonica bit in here, and they make it work.
3-piece.
There are four, I think.
With the harmonica, I guess it's a 4-piece. But...
Yeah.
Oh, they are a 4-piece. Yeah, okay. The keyboard. Okay, yeah.
Keyboard, bass, yeah.
You're lazy, you stay in bed. You're lazy, stay in bed. You don't want no money, you don't want no bread. If you're drowning, you don't clutch no straw. If you're drowning, man, don't clutch no straw. Don't wanna live, don't wanna cry no more. Let me hear me now. I'm dying, ain't done no good. That's it, my trying ain't done no good. I wanna live, I was just misunderstood. Lazy, you stay in bed. Lazy, stay in bed. Wanna live, don't wanna earn no bread.
Tempo. thought it was over. You like that whammy bar, I know. Whammy bar. Now I see why they put him in the conversation with Randy Rhoads and Jimmy Page and you know, wow.
I think he was an influence on Randy, especially as well with the use of classical motifs. What I always like about him is Blackmore he's got chops for days. He can play super fast, but his solos always have craft to them. They're well constructed. They're almost like little songs unto themselves. So even if he's playing a billion notes, it's a billion perfectly placed notes. Now you saw he was playing super fast, and all of a sudden he stopped and would do almost like a bluesy style where he'd play a lick and let it breathe, and he'd play a lick and let it breathe. Yeah, just a consummate craftsman. And I also want to shout out Ian Gillan's vocals. He has such a great natural tone to his voice, and he just seems so almost lazy, for lack of a better term, as far as his body language and his demeanor. But his voice it's got cut, it's got depth, and he can scream like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, the band, they are a serious amount of talent in this band. Yeah,
I mean, I'm hearing other bands, but it's just because of the time period and the sound that the amps and the guitars had back then. There wasn't so many different options.
Yeah.
Which also, in my opinion, they knew their instruments better than a lot of the guys do nowadays. Not saying that makes them better. They just grew up in a different time.
Yes.
When you didn't have as much to lean on to make different sounds.
Yep.
So you leaned on your strings. Oh, let's get some of that. Harmonica. Let it stretch it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Deep Purple, I got you, bro.
You're welcome, Ian.
Wow, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was a fearsome display of musical prowess there. Damn.
Whatever the hell you just said, that was fucking good, man. Oh,
Pretty much
bitch.
that.
Fucking shit, man. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I can't, yeah, I'm going to listen to that again, like, several times to get the grasp of what all just happened there.
I think they went through about half a dozen musical styles.
Yeah, there was so much, like you said, so much jazz and rhythm and blues and just, especially them cymbals and that. The drumming was very jazzy.
Yes.
Yeah. The bass line was just so clear and crisp and the guitar was nasty. I mean, the harmonica was, I don't know, the harmonica was average. It was. It wasn't the greatest I ever heard. And it wasn't up front very much. I don't really know why it was incorporated, but who am I to question them? Fuck.
Just give Ian something to do. You know,
it's the only part I could even.
Yeah.
He didn't. He was kind of lazy. He didn't have a lot to do.
But yeah, that was just the band having fun and sort of showing off at the same time.
Yeah, I know. I love it. You know, I love instrumentals. All right, let us know what to do next for Deep Purple. It's 27 minutes. Saturday's going to come back around. So, I mean, yeah. Choose what you will. So, Deep Purple, badass. Let us know what to do next. Thank you, Dave, for the suggestion.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this is quite a revelation.
Check out the Mission Souls version of this. It's their most popular cover. Not of this, but
Highway Star.
Highway Star, yeah.
Which is another awesome song, which is the opposite of this. It's very tight and lean and straightforward. But whereas this is
and hopefully you Mission Soul fans are watching this. So
yeah, no doubt. So mental health is real. Music is your best support group. That I can see people swing dancing to this song. So yeah, and take care of yourself so you can take care of others.
Be a part of the start, guys. Let's do it. Change the world. Much love.